Hi, there's no intro today because I'm editing this right now and it's very long. It's about an hour and 20 minutes in length, and I'm ranting, I'm complaining, I'm addressing the rumors, I'm addressing all of what everyone's asking about, and I talk about some two very serious scenarios which people kind of make light of, make fun of, like, oh, it's so cutesy, and I think, no, it's up and I want to talk about it. So please listen for as long as you can. I know it's a very long video. Just put this in the background while you do something, you know, paint your nails, do the dishes, take the dog for a walk, commute to work, do laundry, whatever, because I feel like I want people to know what I think, especially the second part of this video. Well, actually both of them are very, no, because I do a story too, and then Orlin comes in, and it's a interesting video, a very honest and real and raw video. So no intro because it's long enough. So thank you for your time if you're interested to know what I think about very serious matters and things that piss me off. Okay, bye. One time I had an awful job, which thank God didn't last very long, where, but one time there was a customer there, and she heard this. Bam! Yay! I didn't go anywhere, but the driver's back home. As she do, I'm home. Hello, we're back home. As she do, we're home. Hello, and this is hot and steamy, 'cause I'm eating my feelings. Yay! Click the link down below to follow my Cameo, where I will make a special video just for you. We can also message each other too. Link below. I'm so excited to eat with you. I hope you're eating with me too, because here's the thing. Mukbang is boring if you're just watching. How many guys are eating air? Comment down below. Comment down below if you're eating air, because I want to know. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm Dr. Seuss over here, because I'm one step below. Oops. Okay. All right. So let me show you everything I got. Hopefully it's all in the bag. You guys, like I said, they took care of me. I opened up. Here's the thing, though. I'm not gonna repeat myself. You heard it in the intro about well, in case you skipped the intro, I kind of huffed and I puffed some more. 8 times 8 is 64. Because basically they didn't give me I ordered 2 spicy sandwiches, 2 French fries. They were in the bag. I called corporate. They didn't answer me. I tweeted them. They ignored. I DM'd them. They ignored. I emailed. They ignored. I filled out a customer service ticket. Ignored. Well, apparently someone saw something, because I have all these free items in my app. But I wish they would have notified me, because here's the thing. Had I not, what if I just didn't know to check the app? Like, what if I was that upset? I'm like, well, I'm never eating here again. And I didn't even think to open that. They should have just told me. I mean, it took a second. Oh, well, I'm very happy, though, that almost all this was free. My total for all this food was $17. Which is very good considering how much I got. Oh, there's that mac and cheese. Hot and steamy. French fries. 2 chicken wraps. We got the creamy sauce. We got the little ranch Alfredo. Not the Alfredo, the sauce. What's in here? Oh. And we got my chicken nuggets. Okay, is this enough food? You guys, I actually have to tell you something. I feel like I'm detoxing today from that treadmill. I feel like well, I also haven't eaten yet. I also did an hour. Okay, so what's today? Oh yeah, today's the presidential debate. Ooh, you're probably not even gonna watch this right away because you were gonna watch, well, maybe you don't care. Well, actually, by the time this comes out, it's over, so it doesn't matter. Well, I'll be watching because, you know, I can't film and post at the same time. It's kind of impossible. But I'm filming this, you know, 4 or 5 hours beforehand. Anyways, I'm very excited to eat all this food. Is this enough? Oh yeah, like I was saying, I've been doing 60 minutes on the treadmill now. And instead of 30 minutes, I've been doing 60. And I feel like it's taking a toll on my body. I'm about to pass away. So we're gonna keep our energy high, our nutrients high, all of our protein, so we don't die on this channel. And my body's already like kind of scared. It's giving me the hiccups. All right, let's make this really pretty for my show. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Bam! Chick-fil-A! Chick-fil-A! Thank you, Chick-fil-A, for saving the day. Wait a minute. Where's my spoon? Where's my fork? Oh, my fork for the mac and cheese. Cheapers, creepers. It's somewhere in the bags and I don't feel like getting out of this chair. Thank you. So I know it's really hard to see me because I look so skinny back here. I know. Girl, I lost a lot of weight. Look how great my teeth look. They're also not crookedy today. Cheers. Coldest water bottle, 10% off. Link down below. Keeps everything really cold. And I'm just gonna go straight into this because I'm very hungry. So let's do some ranch first. Get in there. Thank you. I have an array of sauces today. Okay, so I have some water over here, which is free. I don't know if you guys know. You can order free water when you go to Chick-fil-A. Oh my God, yes. Yes, 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 dressed to impress. So this is the free one that they made me. You know, you can't even see me. Hi. You know, I was very upset before with Chick-fil-A. Now I'm back to recommending them again because their food is so good. It's just crazy. They should have just informed me about the app thing. So I got free. I paid for the mac, I paid for the nuggets. $17. $17, that's it. And I'm so happy they took care of me for forgetting 2 sandwiches and 2 fries last time. Also, let's be real, I was a little hangry, but I'm feeling better now.
Video just finished.
I will be right back. We have to talk. Oh my God, there's like ranch in here. I know it's gonna make people upset. One more French fry. Let's do buffalo, which is very spicy. Delicious. All right, I'm gonna scoot you closer. Orlin just came in that I have to do something with the video. I'm uploading to my Patreon. It's an hour-and-a-half mukbang about something very serious that I can't put onto YouTube. I know you're clickbaiting. I'm not clickbaiting. I really am. I'm just letting you know. I know it's kind of annoying. I am advertising it heavily for at least a week. Actually, tomorrow is my yesterday. Yesterday was my 1 week since launching my Patreon. So I'm allowed to be excited about it for a week. Calm down. I won't talk about it forever. But I gotta let people know I'm there somehow or another. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, bye. Bam! Hi, I'm back. Okay, so all my French fries are down here because there's no place for them to go. But you know what they are. They're very good. Actually, we'll keep, okay, I'll just eat from down here. We have my water down here. We also have water up here. And, oh, there's French fries over here. There's a lot of stuff going on today. Oh my God. And let's begin. I'm so excited to keep on going. This is so good. I got a spoon. I got a fork. I got some pumpkin. Creamy, sweet pumpkin. Dressings over here, avocado, salsa, the usual, the usual. So today I want to talk to you guys. It might be a little controversial. I'm aware of it. It was controversial online when I read about it. But it's not political, so I'm like, okay. I feel like I have an opinion, that's for sure. And, it's kind of 50-50 when I read the reactions. And there's no definite right or wrong answer to this controversy. But, it just makes me roll my eyes so far back, honestly.
Click the link down below to follow me on Patreon for mukbangs and drama not allowed on YouTube. Must be 18 years or older. Link below.
I'm like, I love to complain, so let's complain. Okay, so. Yesterday. Now. I'm gonna have to use code words because I can't use too much, sex kind of talk. This should be a Patreon video, actually. But no, it's too late. I'm already talking. That would be mean to be like, actually go follow my Patreon to watch it. I'll use code words. I'll make it kind of cryptic. So, yesterday, there was a girl on Twitter who posted a photo. I mean, it is so bad, I can't even show it for YouTube. I mean, it's nothing you haven't seen before, but YouTube's kind of like for babies now. So, this is a reaction. She posted this publicly. This is a public account, isn't it? Yeah, let's see right here. Yeah. I mean, she's loving it. She pinned it. She got the attention she wanted. You may have seen this on Twitter. There's her face. All right, that's her. And what I'm covering is the rest of her body. Let's call them the potatoes. The potatoes. And I ain't looking because I'm attracted. I'm looking because they're out and proud. They're out and about. They're very large potatoes. Doesn't mean I'm into it. Doesn't mean I'm trying to get with it. Doesn't mean I'm being a perv. It means like when I saw the photo, my eyes went straight there because it's like right there. Doesn't mean anything other than you're keeping them out for a reason. Ain't to air them out. This ain't no like, you know, trying to, you know, get some circulation. This is a styling choice, which is great, which is fine. Well, she commented, my server said he liked my necklace, ... Sir, ... Now, you probably didn't even know she was wearing a necklace, right? Well, she took the photo strategically from an angle that a server would have never seen it at. No one serves you pizza like this. Here you go, miss, from down on his knees. He serves him from above, which, I mean, you probably would still see, you know, the whole galaxy far, far away. But the necklace would have been a little closer to him, but still. I mean, there's a necklace on her, okay? You know, so she's trying to make a point that the waiter was saying he gave her a compliment. There's not much context other than, my server said he liked my necklace, sir. Which is a sarcastic way to say he wasn't looking at the necklace. He was looking at the potatoes, which were coming out to here. And so people are saying, oh, the man he has no rights to say anything. He's making her uncomfortable. He's harassing her? Okay. And then there's people saying, girls and boys saying, oh my God, take the compliment. Oh my gosh, you're just trying to cause problems, blah, blah, blah. This is what I think. And so I liked some of the comments from actually mostly women that are kind of like, what the hell? But I kind of want to point them out because I agree with all of them. Well, these things. This girl said, she's not a mind reader. So she's acting like he didn't like the necklace. He looked at my potatoes. He made me so uncomfortable. He shouldn't have said it, blah, blah, blah. This girl said, well, she's not a mind reader, so he could have actually liked the necklace. Number one. Number two, she's comfortable having them out, so she should be comfortable with people looking at them. Absolutely. If I went to a restaurant in a thong, and that was my styling choice, which I'm free to do, should I be all hissy-pissy because someone looked at it? I mean, what are you supposed to walk around like this? And if someone happens to compliment, you know, my stomach, say my stomach's hanging out, you know, I like your belly. I'd be like, thanks. Well, that's my personality. But if you're going to do something deliberate, a deliberate choice of clothing, and then you're going to be shocked to the point that you're going to run to social media to talk about it, that someone noticed your styling choice and the effect that it had. Because let's face it, most people don't have, I mean, it was to the line where the nips were almost showing. My sisters don't like dress like my grandma, my cousins, my manager, my Google manager, people that, even some of my friends that do SEX type of work, it's a deliberate choice, which you're allowed to do, but don't be surprised if people look. If you're comfortable having them out, be comfortable with people having them look. And then the girl said, just because she doesn't believe his compliment doesn't mean it was actually genuine. By this logic, you should just tell all men they shouldn't talk to women, period. True. So if you're going to be if you're saying that what he said was not true, then you should say everything he says might not be true, and therefore he just shouldn't talk to you. So I totally agree with that. Then someone said, WTF, it's always that one person who pretends to be so woke and so smart that they take it to the extreme. This actually just only had one reply, and someone's like, LOL. That has a lot of likes. This girl said, that's a long way to say some men do bad things, so let's assume all men do bad things. This guy said, let this be a reminder that this has 9,000 likes. Let this be a reminder that women perceive, well, I don't like to say all women, all men, but in this situation, let's perceive that some women perceive any compliment given by a man they're not attracted to as a sign of disrespect. So if she was attracted to the guy, would she be running to social media to say, oh my God, he complimented my necklace, which I can't even see, you can't see. Look at what he was clearly looking at. If she was attracted to the guy, she wouldn't be saying anything other than like, hey, I had a cute guy. You know, it worked. It worked. The potatoes worked. You know what I mean? Like, if I decide to wear a thong in public and a guy comes up to me and says, nice thong, I'm going to be like, yes. I think maybe he's cute. Maybe he's into me. You know, maybe she's single. I don't, who knows? And I feel people should be able to dress and do as they wish. I'm married and I'm still Trisha Paytas, she's with a boy and she's still you know, you could, and she could dress however, you know, but don't get all hissy pissy on social. And that's another thing I thought to myself. You're so, you know, you're implying that you were uncomfortable or something, but you're going to post it on social media for the whole world to talk about. I mean, they were out to here. You could almost see the nips. And I'm like, she was at like an Applebee's or something. At a restaurant. Taking a photo from down here to create a narrative. And she's responding to, so this is how I know it's not just a joke. She's responding to people under her post. I don't know if they're still there. And it has 4,000 replies, so I'm not going through all 4,000 of them. But I took little likes of my favorites. But she was saying like, oh, well, he shouldn't say anything. Oh my God. Like, honestly, all the comments, well, not all of them, but I'm saying I'm in the minority for saying this, that if you're comfortable having them out, don't wear them at all. Like, don't, it's not why is it a double standard? Like, all the comments are like this. You're not entitled to look at her body just because she is revealing clothing. It's not an invitation. You need to learn how to have control. Controlling for looking. No. We're not talking about like touching. We're not talking about hooking up. We're talking about looking and saying something nice. Okay, let's remember what this is about. This has 500 likes. Y'all men need to learn self-control. Have some respect. She's so confident in that shirt. Let her be. If she's confident enough to wear it, she should have the confidence to accept a compliment. Because will these same women who are like, oh, I went to her account, she's a feminist and stuff. Will these same feminist women, if I decide to wear shorts that reveal the outline of my will you back me up too with the same logic? I'm confident to show off the outline of my eggplant and I can wear that. But no, you'd say I'm perverted. Oh, I'm a creep. I'm, you know, disgrace to society and being creepy. And no, you ain't gonna be backing me up like you're backing up this woman. So how feminist are you with equality for people? Oh, you need to have, like this girl says, this is so disrespectful. Clearly he can't mind his business. You are out in public. We are not, like, he should just not look ever. Like, and people are entitled to look at what they want to look at. This is not the same as, like, you know, going up to you, pushing you into walls or objects, touching you, you know, whispering in your ear, rubbing on you. This is someone that looked at someone, caught the eye and said, nice necklace. Grow up. Because I guarantee these women won't back me up if I decide to wear a revealing, thong in public. If I decide to wear a Speedo, which is allowed, freedom. What if I wore a thong or I felt like doing it? Are you gonna back me up and say, oh, you know, he's doing it because he's, what did she say? She's so confident, let him be. Let her be. So it's like, this girl says, it makes us so uncomfortable when guys do this, like, don't look. But if it's so uncomfortable, why put yourself in that situation? It's like the haters on my channel. They say I trigger them so much, I make them so upset. Then why do you willingly watch it? Why? Why do you willingly watch it if it's that upsetting to you? Why deliberately put yourself in a position knowing that people will observe something that is not commonly seen at the restaurant? No one else's shirts are down here, maybe another person or two who probably don't go crying onto Twitter about it, and you're choosing to put yourself in a situation that will draw more attention to yourself, because that's the point of wearing shirts like that. Let's be real. You don't wear that, you know, for spirituality. I mean, you might, but you do it also because feeling better about yourself comes from the fact that people are admiring or looking. That's why those things exist. That's why revealing clothing is a thing. It's so that people can look at it. That's the point of it. You don't wear this in your house. I mean, you can, but if you're choosing to wear out in public, it's public. Like, you think you're surrounded by a bunch of robots. You're not. People have brains. People are allowed to look. And you're mad that the person looked. He wasn't mean to you, he didn't criticize you, he didn't touch you. You're mad that he looked and said something nice, but you're treating him as if he said something mean and touched you up and down for half an hour. It's just bizarre. Bad, false equivocations here. All these, I mean, I'm in the minority for having this opinion. These men are actually just pervs. So if I wore a thong or if I chose to wear revealing outfits, I would be a perv too because I chose to wear that outfit. Let's be real. Guys can't do it. It's a double standard. It's like, you know, the sex industry. Girls can do it and they're, you know, being free and doing what they want. If guys do it, they're perverted. If guys do the sex industry, they're perverted, they're creepy, they're gross, they're humiliating, da-da-da. But the same people who say that will see a girl do it and say, oh, she's empowering, she's empowered. Yes, freedom, sexuality, freedom of expression. You know, why is it a double standard? It shouldn't be, especially for people claiming that they're feminists wanting equality. You want to be treated equally. Oh my God, her body, her choice. People shouldn't be allowed to look. Oh my God. Do we live in a communist nation where we are told not to think or look or compliment? Disgusting how these people want society to be in America, where you want to be controlled for what you can say, to hit on someone, to say something nice. Oh my God. I mean, it's not like you wore a revealing shirt to sit in your living room and twiddle your thumbs. You wore it so people could see it. It's just such twisted, manipulative, passive-aggressive logic that's happening here, and it's making me very angry and very triggered. So twisted. You didn't buy that outfit to sit in your kitchen in the dark. You get the sense of, you know, having yourself lifted, knowing that people like you and like what you're wearing. That's to be admired. And then someone said, how could you put, this is a boy, I'm assuming. How can you take a photo like this, put it on the internet, but then take offense? This, oh, that's a different topic I want to talk about. This guy, he was really funny. He said, the beep is he supposed to say? What's he supposed to say? Hey, nice, huge, fat, beep, 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 honk, honk. 400,000 likes. Hers got 200,000. And that's the thing, it's like, this girl says, Twitter women would have you believe that a compliment is just too much or weird when it really isn't. They're not, so as long as it's respectful. This type of weird and hate men, this type of woman hates men while simultaneously yearning for a good one. Pay no mind to it. Someone said, but what if you did like the necklace? Someone says, attention is one hell of a drug. This girl says, you're actually a fake beep grown woman. Like seriously, wow, your entitlement is showing. You genuinely believe that just because you're complimented by a man for clothing or an accessory, that means you're being beep harassed? Get off your mountain of disingenuousness. This lady says, Generation Z is so effed up, getting offended by everything. This guy said, y'all so rude and acting so bothered by this. No crap, he didn't have to say, because that's all the replies. He shouldn't have said anything. He didn't have to say anything. He shouldn't have had to say anything. And he goes, well, no crap, he didn't have to say anything. But he did. And maybe he was just trying to shoot his shot. That's another thing too. Back before Tinder and Grindr and social medias where we act like robots to get with people, you do it in person. You say, you wink, you whistle, you pass a note. You know, you give them a nice little pat on the shoulder. Hey, you know, you're human. My parents did not have Tinder, where they swipe left, swipe right, send a photo of my coochie, and that's that. No, they're in person, and maybe he was shooting his shot. Giving her a compliment and seeing if she reciprocates. What is wrong with that? My grandparents met at work. At work. A lot of people get married through work. It's very common. It's just, oh my gosh, I was just like, I saw this and it has nothing to do with women. I get that a lot. Oh, Nick hates women. He's always going after women. I go after a lot of people that I don't go after. I have opinions about people what I see. And from what I see, The majority of things that I feel like, oops, that's not good, or oh, they did this, or oh, they caused a scene, or oh, they started drama, most of the ones on my radar, or most of the ones on my page, or the most of the ones that I'm aware of are women. It's not that all women are problematic, or I think women are inferior to men. It's not about that at all. Look at the mukbang community. There's 2 other guys that do mukbangs, large scale. And there's 37 women. So the chances are, if there's a problem, if you roll a dice, the odds are it might be a woman. It doesn't mean I don't like women. It doesn't mean that I'm misogynistic or all these things that people like to say. I'm reacting to what's being done. It just so happens that the other 2 guys in the mukbang world don't do anything to anybody. They don't cause drama. They don't start problems. They aren't, speaking out the side of their mouth. They aren't sending me nasty emails. They aren't lying. They're eating food, and that's it, bro. And I don't even say bro, but they aren't causing the problem. The guys are not causing problems. They're just sitting there and eating. Does that mean I hate women? No, that's saying, well, if there's some commotion happening in my mukbang community, it happens to be about a woman, should I not have an opinion because she's a woman? That is actually sexist, actually. If you want equality, let's talk about everyone, regardless of what their gender is. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I can have an opinion about someone. I don't care what gender they are. I don't care what ethnicity, skin color. I'm not that type of person. Orientation. Anyway. But yeah, so and I saw a lot of women saying like, oh, he shouldn't say anything. Oh, just let us be in peace. I'm like, but you walked out the house with your nippies hanging out. If you don't want people to see it, don't show them. If you don't want a guy to take a shot at you, because it's no different than if I walked around with a thong and I had my big old bulge and I pulled up, I was underwearless. Say I didn't have underwear on so people could see the outline of the head. I'm gonna so demonetized today. So anyways, free balling. With these same girls backing me up, you shouldn't look. He's free to have his balls out all he wants. He's free to show the outline of it. No one's allowed to compliment him on it because that's his own private business, even though he wore it in a public setting. Let's just pretend he's in the middle of his house, alone in private. I guarantee none of these women will be backing me up for wearing a thong in a restaurant. Well, thongs aren't socially acceptable, but low-cut shirts are. Thongs are perfectly acceptable at the clubs, at dance boutiques, some gay bars I go to. I've seen lots of guys in short shorts. Most of the time, 90% of the time, you're doing it because you want people to look. It's like the story I told you guys about the hickey on my neck the other day. I went like this loud and proud and I pranced my way through music theory class so everyone could see that I got action last night because it made me feel good. Girl, if you want attention, just own it. Just own it. You know, it's like that whole the thing I had back and forth with Veronica Wang, not to bring her up again. But you know what I mean? Like, just own that you want attention. Own that just own your own crap. And so many people don't. Men or women. But, yeah, I'm just like... And it's true. Maybe he really liked the necklace. I think he probably didn't even see it. I think he was a guy shooting his shot, giving her a compliment to see what she says. And she's taking it to the extreme to blast it on social media and replying to all these people like he shouldn't have said anything. It's like, oh my God, you cupcake. Like that girl said, it's these types of ladies that hate men. They need to box them in, but then they have no one. They actually have no one. It's just crazy. It's like, oh my God, people, they just want to take. Like one time, someone said, because I was telling a story about how Orland's sister has guys whistle at her sometimes when she walks down the street. She lives in Spain. And people are like, they should not do that. It's like, oh my God, are we just robots now where we can't whistle? Oh my God, grow up. If he's grabbing you and pushing you up against the wall, yeah. But don't equate that with he whistled. Or he said, ooh, looking good today, sweetie. Like, oh my God. You little snowflake. Like, as if it's that big of a deal. Your whole day is ruined. That shows that you need to learn. You need to learn that people hit on me, people hit on my husband, people say nice compliments. girl, this is not, people are not going to hold your hand all through life. And boys too. But again, from my experience, most of my friends are girls, so I hate when people say misogynistic. I'm like, that's all my friends are. The guys in my orientation, I can't even say the word, G-A-Y. The guys with my orientation are like this with the ladies. Because we see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. We have similar interests. Most of my friends growing up were not guys, they were girls. Oh, I was just like, really? And people are linking like being harassed in public, what to do. I'm like, as far as we know, he said nice necklace, and that's it. Jeez. Taking it to the extreme. That's my job, to take things to the extreme on YouTube, not yours. This lady, she's like 65. I'm like, why is she on Twitter? But when she was just like, this generation's so messed up, offended by everything. Yeah, you're so caught off guard, but you're gonna put it on social media, taking it at an angle where people can literally see your private parts. Oh my god. I was just I want to read some of the I want to read some of the other replies so it doesn't look one-sided, and kind of just say what I think. She was uncomfortable and has every right to be. This person got 10,000 likes. It says, they said, this is from the Breakfast Club. I don't know if it'll focus for you. But he was doing an interview, it looks like, and the guest had very revealing clothing. And, you know, they're talking. It must have been a shot when he kind of like looked and glanced. Let's see what this woman was kind of good. The one that said she's not a mind reader, so he could have been complimenting her. And if you're comfortable with having them out, be comfortable with people looking. By that logic, you should just say don't talk to women at all. This person says, there's no chance that he actually saw. There's a 5% chance that he was being genuine, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't being genuine. She was clearly comfortable with people looking, but that's not what the post is about. He talked to her. You ain't got to be a mind reader to know what the F the waiter actually meant. And she responded, sometimes dudes do beep women, like overly hype, can't use the word, but women do it too. They play victim, and it doesn't mean that every single one. We're all individuals, and look at the context. People with brains, man, I tell you. Ugh, I'm just like, cry me a river. And there's something else I want to talk about too. Now this is kind of interesting, and I wanted to bring it up. Somebody tweeted one day ago, it has 400,000 likes, it says, prayers for my husband, who tragically got me nothing for our anniversary, when I specifically told him that I wanted nothing for our anniversary. Wow, I can't read today. I'll try that again. Prayers for my husband, who very tragically got nothing for our anniversary, when I specifically told him I wanted nothing for our anniversary. And people are saying like, oh, if you've been married, he should know, that should be a cue, do something. You don't have to say, even if you said no, he should have taken the initiative to do it, blah, blah, blah. But like people are saying like, yeah, lady, like you should have gotten something for your anniversary. You shouldn't have had to ask him or have that conversation. And I saw this and I was like, what? Again, if a man wrote this, I would say the same thing. It happens that a woman wrote it. It doesn't mean I'm targeting or misogynistic or whatever. I react to what I see. I don't care about gender. You're making it about gender. It just so happens that I don't sit here and say all women. I don't sit here and say every woman. I don't sit here and say anything like that. Again, people take things to the extreme and they want to create narratives if they don't like you, especially. Like a lot of people don't like me. This person says, this is not cute or funny. Passive aggressive is just bullcrap. You ask for nothing, so you'll get nothing. I'm not a mind reader. Talk. This woman said, hi Lisa, I liked your comment. She says, I've been married for 37 years. When I say no present, I mean no present. When I want to be surprised, I say, surprise me. If there's something specific, I'll ask for him to buy it and say thanks. This person said, I might have spectrum disorder, and perhaps that's why I've never understood why this is so cute and funny. But to me, it feels like borderline emotional cruelty. Why would anyone deliberately mislead the person that they live with and then beat them on the internet for what they asked? I'm like, amen, amen. Why is this even, are you trying to be funny? Like, if Orland asked me what I want for my birthday and I said, don't give me anything, or we have a conversation like, we're saving for this, or I really don't want you to spend, we have joint accounts, we have separate, we're a couple that actually communicates. There's no secrets here except when he cheats on me. But in all seriousness, and then I get mad because he didn't do what I asked him. Like, what the heck kind of relationship are you in? This person said, I don't believe in playing the game. Sometimes he does fantastically, other times he doesn't. And it's not the end of the world. To be fair, I'd be more upset at no card than no present. Then some girl said, girl, maybe being normal is the gift. Because there's a lot of crappy men out there. A lot of disgust. Yeah, let's talk about men. People think I'm always going after women. Let's talk about disgusting men. I've had, again, since all my friends are women, they're all, not all of them, but a lot of them have complained to me about their boyfriends and their loser fiancés and their loser boyfriends who do this, and they do this, and they just play video games all day, and they ignore them, and they don't do that. Like, oh my god, I'm all up in their face saying, girl, you deserve better. Girl, get out of the relationship. Girl, da-da-da. Like, so yeah, maybe your gift is you have a normal man. If you've been married for how many years, maybe, well, again, we're all assuming here, maybe they're in a crappy relationship, you don't know. But still, it seems like you're part of it too. Hypothetically, if she's in a crappy relationship, 2 to tango, girl. 2 to tango. Everyone on YouTube's like, it's all Nick's fault. And then people are like, oh, it's all Orland's fault. Well, it's both of our faults because we both do things that are wrong. And I can't stand the people who think it's not them at all. They have no part in making things go sour. Don't like that. I don't like when guys do it. I don't like when girls do it. This guy cracked a joke, which I like. Thank you for bringing humor into this. He says, around 25 years ago, I asked my wife what she wanted for Christmas. She said to get her whatever she thought she would want. So I got her a SeaWorld t-shirt. The next time I asked, she gave me a list. So he gets the SeaWorld t-shirt for Christmas. She doesn't like it. The next year, she hands him a big old list saying, pick from here. This lady, Lori, she says, when money is tight, which has been a number of times, we know that and we have no guilt about it. I cook a nice dinner and we eat off our best dishes and celebrate. It's really not that hard. This girl says, you are not, she was replying to someone who was like, am I the only woman who thinks this is wrong? And she goes, no, you're not alone. I say that and I mean it. If I tell my husband not to worry, I mean it. I genuinely don't understand why you would say something and mean differently. This his response to this. Some girl said, I can't be the only woman who says don't get me anything other than a card and actually mean it. So when I say just get a card, I'm really delighted. I prefer a nice card rather than a present. By the way, I'm not married, but I refer to birthday and Christmas. God. Panties in a bunch. I think too, why people think, oh, I only talk about women, I think women, how they're chemically wired, are more likely to go to social media to publicize their problems before a man, usually. Usually. Like my mom said, a lot of her best friends growing up were guys because in her own words, they were chill and they didn't start problems. That's what she said. She loved hanging out with the boys. Because, they would have, problems with each other sometimes, but it was usually not as petty. Again, not all women, but in her experience, a lot of the times the women were the pettier ones. I just feel like when people are saying to me, you're only going after women, you're misogynistic, I'm like, maybe it's that women publicize, you know, use Facebook like a diary. My dad don't use Facebook like a diary, but all my female sisters do. Today I did this. This boy didn't talk to me. The guys post once a week about their favorite football team winning. You know, not all, but many. And I just think it's like, maybe I'm more aware of, like, in the mukbang community, she did this and she said this and she lied about it, because they're on there making a spectacle about it. When I've been reacting to other YouTubers, I react to guys too. That Austin guy I think is total just crappy guy. What was his name? Austin, I don't even know. The Ace Family. I had opinions about him. No one seemed to remember that. I have opinions about the Jake Paul people. Just douchey. No one remembers that. I've had opinions about Jeffree Star. I've had opinions about H3H3 getting his panties in a bunch because James Charles had a t-shirt that had the same colors. No one remembers that. They only remember, oh, well, you talk about this woman. You only go after women. And it's only women who say it, too. I don't ever hear from my guy fans. Which, by the way, on my main channel, it's 50-50 now. It's 50-50. Male and female. And they're not ever saying, like, why don't you complain about us guys more? I don't know. Maybe it's a competition. I don't know what it is, but I don't care. If I saw a guy say this about his girlfriend, I would say the same thing. Communicate. Say what you mean. I've always been that type. I've been very, not consistent, but yeah, consistent about my beliefs about that type of stuff. Be forthcoming. Be upfront. When I think of YouTube drama and share my opinion about it, when I think of different things and what's happening in the world, that's been my consistent feel for stuff. Say what you mean up front. Be concise. Don't play games. I've always been that way. Even in my own not really problems, but just like, girl, hey honey, don't give me anything for my anniversary, and then go to social media and like drag him about it. That was very indirect. She didn't say his name. She didn't go into detail. But she didn't get a reaction. That's why she posted it. It's like the same YouTubers, like, again, like Veronica, who's like, I don't do YouTube for attention. I don't care about views. I'm like, you posted it to the internet for people to see. This girl posted her big old potatoes to Instagram, to Twitter for everybody to see. Like, you can't play the card that you were, you know, my mother is in her house doing her thing. She isn't using her phone. She doesn't use social media. If someone put her photo on the internet, she has every right to be upset about it because she isn't putting it out there willingly in the first place. Like, you can't play both cards. Someone looked at me, I got offended. But yeah, let's show 5 million people. The thing that I'm so offended by. Over a compliment. I mean, she acts as if he was mean to her. That's the crazy part. Maybe not so much in the initial tweet, but in her replies to people, she acts as if he was a mean person. Like, imagine if he actually did say something mean. Would the treatment be even worse? I don't understand. Just bratty, entitled bratty type of mentality. Ugh. Oh. Those were like some viral tweets I saw today on Twitter. I was like, are these girls for real? well, tomorrow it's official. I'm gonna do a mukbang in underwear. And if anyone comments on the way it looks, or the fact that they see maybe hairs, or they see stretch marks, or if they see outlines, I'm gonna be very upset with you for even say, like, how would you even say, like, keep your comments to yourself. Keep your comments to yourself. Like, oh, Nick, it looks really nice. Wow, it looks so big. You're not supposed to be looking there. Okay. Wow, you know, I've always thought stretch marks are attractive. I think you look really... Shh! You're not supposed to be looking down there. Why would you look down there? What's wrong with you? Don't look. And don't say something nice either. Just bitter old hag. I feel like some people would prefer for them to be... Some people act like they would prefer for people to be mean to them. So they have a more valid reason to be upset. These are just angry people. That's why I say get a life. And she looks young. She looks probably 25 or something. Maybe she has more to learn. I don't know. But yeah, my mom, she was like, Nick, all my best friends were guys growing up. I preferred it way more. No dude got mad at the other dude because he copied his outfit the next day. I wore basketball shorts yesterday. You can't wear them. You took the idea from me. You wore my basketball shorts. I did it first. You're copying. Get your own style. Ah. Things like that. I mean, I'm sure it happens with some guys, but I've never seen it. And listen, I have no problem if you're looking for attention. Oh, can I play this on YouTube? Yeah, because this was bleeped out for a TV show. So some guy tweeted this. It doesn't have enough attention. So this is a comedy where some guy went out into public and he's being recorded by a camera crew. He has a microphone on. And he's walking around with his wife. His wife, I don't know if those are real, those, I mean what they like were out to here. They look like not even basketballs, beach balls. It has to be fake. You know, like when they made what's that movie with what's the guy Eddie Murphy, when he had dressed up like the Nutty Professor lady or something, and he had to put on that fat suit. Like it looks real, but it's like, I mean, it might be real. But again, people usually get, I'm not talking about like a C or D or an F cup. I'm talking like a LMNOP cup. It is out to here. I don't think I've ever actually seen that in real life. I have seen on the internet. And I just think if you're doing that, you're doing it for people to look, because your potatoes are 3 times the size of your face. I mean, your eyes will naturally go to what you see first. So you do it for people to look. You just have to own it. You know, it's like if I put 5 socks in my pants and put the camera down so you could see, and then I get mad at you because you're like, why is it so big down there? Oh my goodness, you do. It's for attention. Anyways, so there's a skit here that I hope I can play. Hopefully it's not too bad. The guy's walking around with his wife, like I said. He's carrying an umbrella. It's kind of raining, and he's asking people for directions or something. And he's like putting them on the spot, like, are you looking at my wife's potatoes? My eyes are over here. Why are you looking at her? Why are you looking there? Don't look at her. Is that what you're looking? Yeah, it's rude. You can't look that way. You didn't ask for consent to look at her. And literally, her chest is 5 of her heads put together. It's like boop, 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 boop. It's like, you know, it's irony. It's saying like, this is how some people act. I think it was British too. Let me see here.
There's a bridge right over there.
I'm so sorry, but
There's one to the left too.
are you staring at my wife's?
No, but it's kind of hard to miss.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
And she's just standing there in silence. She's just like,
Yeah, because that's not really okay. She doesn't want people looking.
Yeah.
You know.
oh, by the way, she's also in a, I don't know if it's a bra or just a very, 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 very low cut. Also, the bra color is the same the same tone, the same color as her skin. So I thought it was completely without clothing at all. No, it's clothing, but she chose fabric that matches her skin. So naturally, anyone passing by, they're on a busy street, they're gonna do a second look, like, does she have clothes on? And why are they 5 times bigger than her head? You know, natural human just reaction. And they're kind of like belittling people for having the reaction. And he wasn't, I mean, I'm watching the video, he's not even looking. He might have glanced once. I mean, he was polite too.
Keep your eyes.
Hopefully this is not,
Are you looking at me or are you looking at her babushkas?
I hope this is,
Okay, because I could have sworn you were just laser beaming towards the babushkas.
yeah, you get the point. I don't know if the music's allowed. You're laser beaming toward my wife's babushkas. Nick, when you're editing this, make it like ×2 speed or something. Or just take it out, so now people know. I don't want to get, play it. I didn't ask the copyright holder for permission. But anyways, so that's what I felt like talking a bit about today. And my speech is really messed up today, if you haven't been able to tell. I can't read. I don't know what makes me more upset, that girl. Who's trying to play, like victim card and, oh, poor me. I mean, listen, I got a big eggplant. I'll just be real. I do. It's bigger than average. It's like twice the thick as average too. Some girls are born with big potatoes. Okay. That is a body part that naturally people like to look at, especially if they're in, you cover it up if you don't want, if or you just, it is what it is. One of my siblings, he was born with a big scar. It looks like a scar. It's a birthmark across his arm. It's like it looks like it got ran over by a car. Like it's like pigmentation, but like scary. And I hate to, not scary. To the person who's never seen it before, they'd be like, what? Are you okay? And I remember one time at dinner, my parents were like, look, you have to know that your arm looks different than everyone else's arms. And we were kids. He's 2 years younger than me. And they were like, you have to know that people are going to look, they're going to ask questions. It doesn't mean they're being bad. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It doesn't mean that they're even being rude. People are curious. People might even say it out of concern. Maybe people will ask you a question or two. You're going to have to learn that this is just something you get used to because this is how you are. And it's not a bad thing that you are this way. And it's not a bad thing that people ask. It's no different than people saying, anything else. Like, if it's out of concern too. I mean, I guess this is different. He wasn't concerned about her potatoes. But it's like, okay, if I'm born with a big eggplant, she's born with big potatoes, he's born with a big thing on your arm, you learn that people will look. And maybe every once in a while someone might be into it. Someone sees my package, they're like, and they try to give me a compliment to see how I respond because, that's how you date in real life before Twitter and everything else. That's actually how people actually get to know each other. Someone has to make a move. Someone can make a move. You know, don't expect the guy to make a move, but then get mad at him for making the move. Don't put that kind of pressure. I'm not making. The guy has to make a move. I'm a girl, and then the guy tries to make a move, and you're like, it's perverted. I'm being creeped out. It's like, wait a minute. Let him say something nice to you, and you get out of your little soapbox. Thank you. Anyway, I just can't. You know, and if I wore revealing clothing that purposely accentuated my naturally big eggplant, most shirts don't go down that low. Most underwear ain't that tight. But if I'm going to select the type to accentuate, or for, you know, to make it look in public for people to see it, I can't get mad that people did look. It's like, what is your objective here? Wear what you want. Be what you want. You know, be what you want. You're allowed to wear whatever you want in this country. I love it. I could wear the shorty little booty shorts you've ever seen at the gay club. The shortest of the shortest. And I have seen some short ones, let me tell you. And it's so that people look at the end of the day. And you can't cry wolf. I mean, you can't cry poor me. If that's what you chose to wear. If you want to wear it, know that people will notice, because it's different than the ordinary. Just like my brother with this scar on his arm. Like, people are going to ask questions. People are going to stare sometimes. It's not polite to stare. Someone might say something, hey, you okay? Or like, oh, what happened? If you're on the subway and you bump arms, are you okay? Is that, you know, don't take offense to it, you know. And that's something he was, you know, born with, you know. Just like she's born with big potatoes. Well, then cover it up if you want to avoid that conversation. There's no big deal. But if you're going to choose to style your body how you want, you need to know your body and how people, like, it's not that big of a deal. And I can't believe I'm making a whole mukbang talking about it, but oh my god, it just like, is this really how people are spending their time? And now I had to waste my time. Instead of telling you funny stories about my dramatic life with my husband, I'm having to complain about how people talk on Twitter. And then that lady who didn't get a present for her anniversary, even though she asked the husband, he said, you know, and she said nothing, or he asked her, and she said, no, don't worry. And then, you know, used it against him. I mean, maybe she didn't say anything in real life. Maybe it's all fine, but she's going to go on social media and vent her real feelings. That's just like, ew. Is that, God, imagine being married to someone like that. Where's the communication? And I saw people too, like, again, I also like to play both cards when I talk about these stories. So some of them were just like, well, I've been married, and you should know that's just how women can be. You should know your wife. You should know her well enough by now to know if she says no, it doesn't mean no. I wouldn't marry someone like that. Sorry. I wouldn't marry someone that would tell me no but mean yes, and say yes but mean no. And you'd just have to guess which one was right. I wouldn't marry someone like that. We have all been there. Oh my god. The only time us ladies don't mean no is when we want a present. For the men out there, this means that we want you to notice the clues, or to know us well enough to know to get us something without asking. I purposely leave my empty perfume bottle on my tray. Why isn't this a big enough clue? Now I just have to buy my own perfume whenever I want. Like, are you trying to be married to a psychological expert? Like, what kind of clue is that? You leave your empty, and this had 334 likes. 330, right here. You just, you leave your empty bottle there because you think he should know to fill. Like, you never should assume people to know what you want or think. One time I had an awful job, which thank God didn't last very long, where it was a woman, again, I hate to say, I don't want people to think, but it just happened to be that way. It's so funny because it was a husband and a wife that was running this store, and I was helping them out. It was like a part-time job, minimum wage pay, whatever, and the guy was really chill. He was happy to have my help, and you know, he would ask me, do this, okay. She assumed that I knew what had to be done. And she would yell at me that, well, I would think you would know how to do this. Well, I would think, you know, if you saw it, you would take care of it. Well, And I was younger at the time, so I didn't really know to say, well, excuse me. But one time there was a customer there, and she heard this. And again, I was younger. I was like probably 20. And I must have been a little shocked on my face. Again, it's a small store, mom and pop, literally mom and pop. They ran their store. And she must have said it loud enough for them to hear, or she must have, the customer must have seen my face, my reaction. It was like, wow. I would think if you would saw it, you would take care of it. Or, you know, don't you have the occurrence to do this? You know, you can see this needs to be done. Why don't you do it? You know, I would think you would know how by now. Why didn't you do this? I'd be like, oh, I didn't know. Well, you should have asked. You know I want to do it. You know it needs to be done. And it was this twisted direction where I'm supposed to just know what she knows and to do what she thinks that I think that she assumes that I assume that she knows that I need to do, that she wants her to be done. Twisted AF. And she's trying to direct me and, you know, help in this business, this little personal assistant. Anyway, one time a customer heard this. And I remember she came up to me and she's just like, this was another lady. And she was just like, you know, I could help it over here, but you should never, I don't remember what the exact words were, but it was something along the lines of, you shouldn't be expected to know what people want if they don't tell you what they want. Something like that. Yeah. And I left that job probably a month or so afterwards.
How are you?
Good.
That is.
Oh. Orland, I have a question for you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah?
So if I ask you, do you want something for your birthday?
Mm-hmm.
And if you tell me no, I don't want anything, do you secretly want something?
No.
Huh?
I don't want anything.
I know. Well, I just saw this thing on Twitter where some lady was tweeting about her husband. He's like, do you want something for your anniversary? She said no. And then the anniversary happened, she didn't get anything, and she's mad about it. Like, he should have just did it anyway.
Sounds dumb.
Huh?
Sounds dumb.
It sounds manipulative and passive-aggressive. And it had 400,000 likes, and all these people, a lot of women are saying, my husband should know. They should know the signs. They should know the clues.
That sounds underhanded.
It sounds like you're making your marriage more difficult than it has to be.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with gender. If I saw a guy do this too, I asked my wife, she didn't do this, did it? I would say the same thing, like, grow up, say what you mean.
It's underhanded.
And these are grown people.
Yeah, they're very immature.
They're like 40, 50, 60-year-old women.
It's immature.
These are grown people. Anyways, thank you for the flowers.
Huh?
Oh, so sweet.
They smell nice.
They do smell nice. They smell like spring. It's not a sunflower. It's something else, isn't it?
It's a type of sunflower. I think
Oh, really?
It's a safflower.
I don't remember sunflowers having scents.
They're pretty, right?
Thank you. Aww. Well, what time is it? I should probably get go. Oh, it's only 6 p.m. But yeah, just gross. Like I said, if I was with someone that did that to me, you know, I'd maybe a couple times put up with it, see if it lasts. But if it was a recurring thing, I think I mean, it depends how much you love them. People fall in love and they put up with flaws. But this seems, if it got 400,000 likes, this seems like a very common flaw with people. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Why would you? Oh. Oops. There we go. So I'm curious to know your comments under this. I know, again, it's kind of controversial because these were very popular. People agreed with the girl with the cleavage, and she's not allowed to have people look at the cleavage, even though she chose to wear that. Or the guy can't compliment her necklace because she's just going to assume that, well, that's evidence right there. That is evidence right there. You are so aware that your potatoes are nearly falling out of your shirt. You're so aware of it that your occurrence, again, don't assume, but hey, you're going to point out that he probably didn't see your necklace, but he was looking down there. Well, that means you know that it's in people's, line of sight. Own it and deal with it and stop being a snowflake. If that's going to be your thought, if you're not even going to take a compliment now, damn, like, you're not even gonna take a compliment now because you're that aware that they're sticking out in people's faces, or it's a very, very revealing cut. I mean, watch you watch the Met Gala, and people will eyeball up and down people's outfits. They're not there to have people critique their outfits. They're there for the gala. They're there for the awards ceremony. They're there for the Oscars. Well, before you get into the building, there's the camera, there's the crew. Now, I guess, yes, people put themselves in that position because they're celebrities and people are going to eye them up and critique and judge. But people are people. The critique and the judgment and the observation doesn't just start and stop at the red carpet. It is everlasting everywhere in life. At the grocery store, at the bank, at school. If a girl wore that to school, the teacher, and especially a Catholic school, would say, you need to cover that up. That's going to distract the boys, distract the girls, distract me, because I know people are being distracted. You have to cover it up. I went to the Catholic University of America, and I remember one time for our orchestra concert, one of the violinists was wearing a very low-cut revealing shirt. I didn't care. She didn't care. She didn't, whatever. But our music director came up to her and gave her a scarf or like a veil to cover it up, because he's saying, people are going to be looking at that and not paying attention to the... That's just reality. And if you're a grown person, you're going to be aware of that. That's why there's such thing as attire and dress codes in certain restaurants and formal settings like a ball or whatever. I mean, at the Met, remember Lady Gaga with her meat sandwich outfit or whatever? It's like, clearly you choose your outfit knowing how people will perceive it. It's not for your husband. It's not for your own self-esteem. I mean, maybe a little bit. You might feel good in it. But don't get all huffing and puffing because someone complimented it. I mean, he didn't even compliment it. He complimented her necklace, which, I mean, he probably was talking about the other thing, and he was shooting his shot, like the guy said. He was just being a nice human. Like, give credit where it's due. At least he's not being mean to you. Don't have so high expectations for the world. You really should not. If you get a compliment, say thank you, or I just don't understand. If someone complimented my big package at the restaurant, I will be on here on social media saying, "Oh my God, my night just got made." Wow, yay! I mean, yes, that might be a difference of personality. But if I wore, short shorts or a Speedo to the restaurant so that people could see it a little bit better, and someone pointed it out that they liked it, I would say, wow. Job done right. I would be like, yes, people can see, people admired, someone complimented. I feel better about myself. And I'm going to own that I wanted the attention. I'm going to own that I wanted the attention because that's the purpose of it in this society. Plain and simple. Maybe a little bit for your self-esteem. Maybe a little bit because it makes you feel good. But a lot of that awareness, a lot of that perception of feeling good is knowing that other people like you too. Why I think so many YouTubers have meltdowns, or they're crying because people don't like them. They're crying because their apology wasn't received well enough. They're having a meltdown, or they're, blocking comments because they're not nice. Your own happiness comes from how other people look at you too. Which is why you might want to make them happier with a nice shirt. Maybe, put some socks in it down there to make it a little bit bigger. I mean, just like, it to me, it's just not, it shouldn't even be that big of a deal, but some people are making it a huge deal. Like, he shouldn't have said anything. He is harassing her. That is just uncalled for. Keep your comments to yourself. I would not want to be friends with someone like you. I don't care what gender you are. I would not want to be friends with someone like that. A person like that. Oh, cry me a river. Cry me a river. Oh wait, you cry the big one on Twitter because you're that private of a person. No. Twisted stuff. Maybe it is a generation thing. No. Because that was a 48-year-old woman who posted about that, my husband got me nothing for my anniversary, even though he asked and I said nothing, and he got me nothing. Well, now I'm mad. Like, she was in her 40s, so maybe it's not a generation thing. It's just people being people. And not cute. And I'm sure guys do it just as much, but they don't post about it as often, which is why I think I am aware of less things happening with guys being gross. If I see it, I say something. H3, I thought that was stupid. Austin, what's his last? Oh, McBroom. Just ridiculous. And you know what happened? His girlfriend lied for him. Remember that whole thing with the ski jet, making a mudslide, going to someone's property? Just the selfishness and the carelessness of it all. I mean, I'm dramatic. I put on a show every day here. I do a lot of things that are stupid and clownery, buffoonery. And I might disturb my neighbors a little bit with the stomping. But if I damage them or if I hurt them, I ain't gonna act. There's no way you'd ever see me act like that. What Austin did, just... And who knows, maybe off camera he wrote them a nice letter, gave them $1,000 to be quiet. I don't know, no one knows, but how you handle things is, you know, when it's brought to their attention. That you destroyed someone's house, like, or not his house, well, his orchard of those great, oh, see, that was a special hurt in my heart. That hurt me extra special because Orland, you guys know he's a plant expert. I'm still mad that there are people who do these trickeries with them after being married for God knows how long. Well, you have no place to talk. Look at your marriage. Do you know my marriage? Do you know my marriage? Or do you think you know it because you watch me, you know, put on a show for 30 minutes in front of a pile of food? It's, like I say, don't look into the mirror of a house on the sidewalk and think you know the whole layout of that house because you happen to look through the window. You looking at me on the internet through a window, you do not know my whole marriage. You don't even know it's real, it's not. So, zip it. Zip it. I'm actually very smart. Some people connect the dots, a lot of people don't. I don't know what to tell them. I wonder how many people are very mad at me from this video. This is my opinion. If you think people should not be allowed to compliment people in life anymore, you can have that opinion, that's fine. If you think people should just be mind readers in relationships, that's fine. You can have your opinions, that's fine. This is just mine, just sharing my thoughts, what's in my brain. Okay? If you want to unfollow me because I said something that you didn't agree with, that's fine. There's that little girl screaming again. She must be getting lots of spankings in that house. Should I be worried? No. No, because look at all the ruckus I make, and I'm just fine. Thank you, I'm fine. My neighbor the other day knocked on the door, and he's like, "Are you sure you're still acting today?" I'm like, "We're acting, don't you worry. We're good, we're acting." Okay, okay. Like, what is being thrown in this room? Lordy. Ooh. I'm back home, shooby-doo, I'm home, hello, we're back home. Shooby-doo, we're home, hello, we're back home. Shooby-doo, shooby-shooby-shooby-doo, da-da. I'm done complaining. Alright, I'm gonna get going. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for the little rant. I didn't think, well, yeah, it is what it is. Have you ever seen something that just like makes you so upset, like offended? You're not offended personally. I'm not personally offended. I'm just kind of sad that people do this to other people type of offended. That kind of sits with you for a couple hours. I mean, I saw this 4 hours ago on Twitter, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna talk about this in my mukbang today. I was like, I'm gonna talk about this because I'm like, what the heck? I wonder if my subscribers do this to their, you know, friends or boyfriends or girlfriends or I have things to do. Goodbye. Thank you for joining me for a dinner. And a shout out to my husband, who loves me very much. Flowers from the hobby. Fresh like his spirit. Sweet like the ketosis burning between my legs. From under eating my body's eat itself, it's making a sweet, sweet smell of fat being burnt. It smells just like this flower. Goodbye!
A big thank you to my patrons for supporting this video and my executive producer, Aleezy Yeezy. For more mukbangs and other content not allowed on YouTube, join my community over on Patreon. Must be age 18 or older. And for something more personal, get a video from me on Cameo, where we can also DM each other and chat one-on-one. Patreon and Cameo are linked down below.